The advice I'm getting from NFAT is that their response has been measured. We still risk the escalation of these tit-for-tat measures, and so we're pleased to see that their response has been targeted and moderate.
Do you think New Zealand could benefit in any way from these tariffs?
New Zealand is not benefiting from this escalation and protectionism around the world, whether it's from tariffs or non-tariff barriers. It is problematic for New Zealand. So we're encouraging everyone to abide by WTO rules. We're also pursuing plurilateral agreements like the Comprehensive and Progressive Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement, which is a consequence of these other issues in the world is more important than it was previously.
Donald Trump has welcomed a trade war, though. He thinks they'll come out on top. Are you worried about what he's going to do next?
I can't control what the superpowers do. I can ensure that New Zealand tries to protect its own interests. We're still seeking an exemption from the steel and aluminium tariffs. About another 50 countries in the world are also. It's disappointing that we haven't yet achieved one. Whether we will, we don't yet know. In the meantime, of course, we're pursuing trading relationships with Europe and Great Britain to add on to our current negotiation with RCEP, which is India and various other large countries, all of which are additional to CPTPP.
Have you got any information on a timeline around those exemptions, when you might hear back from the Trump administration?
No.
Have you personally making those calls, or is that with officials to officials?
All levels, from the Prime Minister writing to President Trump. I wrote to Lighthizer. Our ambassadorial representatives have been engaged at a high level in the United States, and of course we've had bilateral approaches through the US representatives to New Zealand.
Have you had them actually written back?
Beg your pardon?
Has anyone actually written back?
No, I haven't had a response yet. We don't expect to receive a response until they make a final decision.
What assurances can you give to New Zealand exporters that are concerned about possible fallout from the trade war?
There's nothing more important in my portfolio, my trade portfolio, than ensuring that we have decent trade access overseas. Obviously it's not the be-all and end-all of export growth, because exports in the last decade have gone down as a percentage of the economy. So there are things that we can do at home to improve the competitiveness of our export industries, like research and development tax credits, so that we grow new points of comparative advantage in the world. But in respect of trade agreements, I think our exporters can rest assured that we're doing our utmost to protect their interests.
Is there any potential for the tariffs that China is placing on the US so it affects New Zealand in any way?
Not as far as we're aware currently. And of course we would have some protection in respect of that under our free trade agreement with China.